Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Keel Dyken. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Acer 27-inch K3 monitor, K273BL. Now, as you guys all know, back a few months ago, back in February, I bought the mirocenter Atari cabinet, and this is one of the items that particularly came with that cabinet unit. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time talking so much about that monitor, but I wanted to go ahead and make this separate video for that because I was really impressed with the quality of this monitor, with it being a 1080p 75 Hz 1 millisecond IPS refresh rate monitor. Really good for gaming, really easy on the eyes. It has quite a few of the interfaces. It operates with HDMI, has a VGA interfacing port, weighs about 9.94 pounds. Now, I know the only downfall that I didn't like about this particular monitor is that it doesn't have sound. And so if you are gaming or planning on buying something like this, you will need an extra set of external speakers to go along with it. But definitely just wanted to kind of touch on this particular item for just a little bit today. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So this is the Acer 27-inch K3 monitor that came with my Atari mirocenter arcade cabinet that I bought several months ago. And the cool thing is, with this whole price, I don't remember the exact price that it broke down for me when I got it with the bundle, but you can get this current monitor right now for about $169.99 in most places. One thing that I really loved about it was that it wasn't too bright on my eyes and it wasn't too dark either. A lot of times, even with my Asus monitors, which go up to 144 Hertz if you use a DVI port or use the DVI display, sometimes a lot of those monitors, they're really bright, but considering that this is going into a gaming room, I really thought that this really complemented the arcade cabinet and that it's really good for gaming just as overall. Just to talk a little bit about the gameplay, I didn't notice too much of a big difference in terms of any type of graphical lag or anything of that nature, even compared to some of the higher end gaming monitors at all. Now, again, I did say that you will have to get some external speakers to go along with this, so obviously you will need a separate source such as some type of surround sound setup, or if you want to go with a sound bar. Those are really pretty affordable, and again, that's pretty much the only downfall about this monitor. You do get a stand that comes included with this, and if you are going to buy this separately and use it in some type of arcade cabinet, again, I will highly suggest setting up all your settings and features, your brightness, your display, and everything on here before you put it into your arcade cabinet, because the buttons are positioned on the back right and pretty much nearly impossible to access it once you put it inside of an arcade cabinet. Now, I did get a chance to hook this up to my Xbox One and my Xbox 360, and currently you guys are looking at Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is still one of my favorite games. Now, for me, I do have some additional Asus gaming monitors, which goes up to 144 Hertz if I use a DVI or a DisplayPort adapter, but currently if I have it hooked up to my Xbox One, it's using a 60 Hertz refresh rate. However, with this particular monitor and with both of my monitors, there's still 1 millisecond, and I typically bounce back and forth between my Samsung 65-inch TV, and my reaction time for me throwing my combos are usually a little off, just to give you guys a little bit of idea. Because when you're going back and forth between a regular TV versus a faster gaming monitor, it can throw off your timing for combos. However, with this particular monitor, I didn't notice any difference in me being able to pull off my combos. I had no issues whatsoever. Sometimes when I'm using my Asus monitor, there's a little bit of a learning curve for timing, just for me to get back into the swing of things. But all in all, I had no issues with this whatsoever in terms of my gameplay. I mean, it was pretty much fluid. As you guys can see here, I'm pulling off some of my main combos. And you know, I know a lot of times when we play a game, it doesn't go exactly as how we want it. But one of the most frustrating things for me is my timing. You know, I want my combos to hit. Like if I hit a button or I wanted to connect at the moment that I wanted to, or at least I'm used to, that's what I wanted to happen. And so with this particular monitor, 27 inch and 1 millisecond IPS monitor, I didn't have any problems with that, which was definitely a good thing, because if I did, I would definitely let you know. But I did get a chance to play with this with the Xbox 360 as well, and I do have some examples included here for you so you guys could check it out. But again, the quality is pretty much almost the same. I know this monitor came out, I believe, at the end of last year or earlier this year, and it's still on par to some of my Asus monitors that I bought maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Now here's a little gameplay from me playing Centipede on the Xbox One system. Now I notice on the screen it's not as black as it typically should be. However, I can promise you that's only the recording. That has nothing to do with the quality of the monitor. The blacks are pretty much black. And another cool thing is with typically games like this, you will normally get motion blur, but you don't get motion blur with this type of monitor within this particular price range. Here's another one of my favorite Xbox 360 games. It's called Heavy Weapon. And in this game, you know, it has a lot of bright, vibrant colors, a lot of good motion and gameplay. So you guys can just check it out here. But overall, I'm really impressed with this. I'm glad I picked it up and that it came with this Atari Mirocenter arcade unit. The good thing is that was one of the biggest selling points. But the other selling point for this is, even if you do decide to get this particular arcade cabinet, or if you get this particular monitor, you're going to be happy with it, considering it still doesn't have sound. The other cool thing about this is, with that arcade cabinet, if I ever wanted to break it down and just use this monitor as a standalone unit, I could definitely go ahead and do that. And it gives me additional uses instead of just me buying something, you know, for one particular item and not being able to convert it to something else, which is typically something you see in the marketplace, where you buy one item and you don't have any other uses for it, or it can't be connected to something else. Definitely will have some additional options with this type of monitor. Now here's a quick comparison between two Xbox 360 games for emulation. This is Final Fight. And so I just wanted to give you guys an overall idea about the quality between the two. And the monitor that you see in the back, that's my Asus gaming monitor. Several years ago, I think it retailed for about $275. Now you can get these for about $120. And then of course the monitor in the front is the Acer 27-inch 1 millisecond refresh monitor. So again, the only difference between the two that I've noticed is that the Asus is a little brighter, which is something that I could change. But if you guys have been following some of my other videos, one cool thing about this monitor is that it cuts down on blue light. And for those of you not familiar with blue light, that affects you later on in life while you're driving. That's why they make those gaming glasses, like Ganari glasses, that prevents you from having so much daylight exposure, and it actually bothers you later on in life, affects you driving. If you guys aren't familiar with that, what it does is, when you're looking at TVs and monitors, it makes you think that your body is always awake when it really should be sleeping. But with the Asus IPS monitor, with the Acer Asus monitor, it cuts down on that, so that way you don't hurt your eyes, and that way it doesn't give your body prolonged exposure to blue light. But all in all, again, this was a top purchase in my opinion. I really love this monitor. Really good for the gaming room. I mean, in fact, if you guys are looking for a gaming monitor, even if it's just not the Acer, I would definitely get something like this within this price range and of this caliber, because it has a lot of good safety features and is really good quality as well. Again, guys, let me know what your thoughts are below. This is Keo Daiken Hobbies. If you have any other questions or want to follow, make sure you like and subscribe. I also have a hobby group where we talk about a lot of different things on how we integrate technology to get the best possible bang for your buck amongst different technology features, RC cars, retropie, light guns. I'm into a number of different hobbies, and I definitely just wanted to go ahead and make this video for you guys, let you guys know what my thoughts are about this type of monitor and this type of technology for what you can expect within this particular price range. Again, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Have a good day. Bye-bye.